Hey guys, I'm Nisha from nisahomey.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make buns without an oven. These pillow soft buns are not made in oven but on an iron tawa or skillet on the gas stove. So if you don't have an oven or is living alone and does not have the space for an oven, don't think that you can't make bread or buns at home. You can make buns of bread on tawa on the stove top. And these chicken masala filled buns are easy to make and a perfect after school snack for kids. And the best part is it takes just 15 minutes for the buns to bake on stove top. First I'm going to make the dough for bun. So for that, into a bowl I'm adding in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour or maida, half teaspoon salt. I'm just mixing the salt and the flour. And now make a well in the center. Pour in half cup of warm water, half teaspoon instant yeast. I'm using instant yeast and not active or fresh yeast. 1 tablespoon sugar. And now mix this well with a spoon. Now remove the spoon. You may need little extra water, about 2 tablespoons. Knead this into a dough. Once you have formed into a rough dough, add in 1 tablespoon ghee. I'm just going to spread the ghee on my fingertips and then coat the dough with the ghee. And now I'm going to knead this into a really smooth dough. After a few seconds of kneading, I'm going to transfer this to the countertop and knead it a few more times. Now when I knead, I'm pressing the dough with this part of my hand with full force. To give full pressure, I'm also using both hands. Now the dough is soft and I'm going to transfer this back to the bowl and lightly coating it with little more ghee so that it does not stick to the bowl. And now I'm going to keep this for 2 hours. To make the chicken filling, I have chopped 1 medium-sized onion and I have minced finely half green chilli, 1/4 inch of ginger and 3 garlic cloves. I have about 300 grams of chicken which I had cooked with 1 teaspoon Kashmiri chilli powder, half teaspoon turmeric, half teaspoon Garam Masala and half teaspoon salt and a little water. And I had deboned the chicken, that is I removed the chicken from its bone. Once the oil is heated, add in the chopped onion, green chilli, ginger and garlic. Add in half teaspoon salt. I've already added salt to the chicken and now give this a mix. And let this saute on low to medium flame. Once the onions are lightly browned, add in the shredded chicken. Let the chicken saute for about 5 to 7 minutes on low to medium flame. It's about 7 minutes and now I'm adding in 1 tablespoon of chopped coriander leaves. Give this a mix and switch off the flame. Allow this to cool down completely. It's about 2 hours now and the dough has doubled in size. I'm going to bake the chicken filled buns in my cast iron skillet. You can use any pan or tawa which has a raised side like this. So the heat from the side will also help the bun or bread to bake faster. Now lightly grease the skillet or tawa with ghee. Spread the ghee with a tissue paper. Spread it on the sides. This prevents the buns from sticking, so do not omit this. Keep this aside. And now I'm going to deflate the dough. I'm lightly kneading the dough and transfer to my work surface and just roll the dough like this and squeeze it in between your thumb and forefinger. It will come into a round ball. Just remove it. So now all the balls are ready. I'm just going to flatten the dough with my fingers like this. I'm not going to use my rolling pin and I'm holding it like this and I'm placing 1 tablespoon of the filling and pressing it down with the spoon. Cover it. And seal it like this. Place it on the prepared skillet or tawa, seam side down. I'll show you one more. I'm just taking my dough and flattening it out with my thumb. Also I'm pressing it underneath like this There is no need to use a rolling pin to flatten this out. The dough is very soft. Once the dough is flattened into a round disc, I'm just going to hold it like this and place 1 tablespoon of the chicken filling inside and press it down with the spoon. Close it like this. Make sure that there are no holes. We don't want the filling to come out. So this is perfect, and I'm going to place this on the tawa. You may have a little filling left. You can make chicken masala sandwich. I'll give the link for that recipe down below in the description box. Please check out, and all the ingredient list will be given in the description box below, so please check it out. Okay, now all the buns are ready. I have left a little space in between the buns because this will double in size again. I have 2 more buns which does not fit into my skillet. I'll be baking this after the first batch is done. Cover it with a cloth and keep this for about 30 minutes. Okay, the buns are doubled and are ready now. Before keeping it on the stove, I'm covering the lid with a clean kitchen towel. This prevents the moisture from falling onto the buns. I place the skillet on my gas stove and I'm covering it with a lid. Now I've put the flame on the lowest and I'm going to keep this for about 10 minutes. But after about 5 minutes, I'll be checking on them just to make sure that they are not getting burned. It's exactly 5 minutes and I'm going to check. So everything looks fine, so I'm going to cover it again. So I'm going to keep this again for another 5 minutes. This is a heavy cast iron skillet. It retains more heat than an ordinary skillet. So the flame is on the lowest. It's exactly 10 minutes. So I'm removing the lid and brushing little ghee on top of the buns, so that when I turn this, it does not get stick to the pan. So just a light brush of ghee. You can use butter or oil. And now place a plate on top of the buns. For a minute, I'm switching off the flame and invert the skillet. Remove the skillet and place the skillet on the stovetop again and gently slide the buns. And again switch on the flame and cover it with the lid. Keep this on low flame for another 5 minutes. I hope you can see the moisture on the lid. This kitchen napkin will prevent this small tiny drops of water from falling onto the buns. So always make sure that you have tied the lid with a clean kitchen napkin like this. It's 5 minutes now and I'm getting a really good smell of freshly baked bread. So I'm removing the lid. And yes, the bread looks perfect. So I'm going to transfer the bread to a wire rack so that it cools down. 2 more buns to cook. So I'm covering it again with a lid. Because there are only 2 buns, it's okay to just turn it over. Keep this covered for another 5 minutes. Let me show you how the bun looks. It's spongy, airy and pillow-like. I hope you can see the texture. It looks exactly like oven baked buns. See how soft and spongy the bun is.